I actually love those. I love those.
I grew up on those ones, and it's like I love them to this day. I love them.
They're fantastic
I was
films.
so into them, like when they first. Yes, like when they first came out, I found like a website that you could do like a teeth mold and get the exact. And like I wanted them.
I think I was too young to even be on the internet at that point, but I probably would have done the same. I was definitely about 7 when I first watched those, and it was like, I probably shouldn't be watching this. Never mind. Same with Blade. I did the same with Blade.
I watched those like later.
I watched the second one first and was like, this doesn't make any sense.
I did that.
I don't know if my internet's playing up. That's really awkward.
I did that with a book series called The Morganville Vampires. I started on book 4 and went, what? What's going on? I had to go right back and went, oh, that's who these people are.
Helpful. I think my internet's playing up. So if I at any point cut out, you're just going to have to keep talking about vampires so that it's not awkward.
Okie dokie.
Have you got favourite vampires? We'll start with that.
It's either Spike or Celine, I think. Just.
Spike or Celine?
Yeah, I can't choose between the two.
What do you like about them both?
Spike, shallowly, because he's really good looking. Because I am that shallow. And Celine,
I think that's shallow. That's fine. That's a completely justified reason to like someone.
And he's just fun, you know? It's like you never know what he's going to do. And I just really like his dynamic with everyone. And then for Celine, it's because generally I like watching women beat people up. So it's just like, yeah, I'll just watch you kick the living daylights out of werewolves for 2 hours.
Love that. What about you, Olivia? Who's your favourite vampire?
I'm gonna have to go like being the stereotypical Twilight lover and say Jasper Cullen. Would marry him tomorrow.
Nothing wrong with that. Like I went through the phase of being like, Twilight, and then as an adult I was like, why am I doing that? Like, why do I feel like I need to be like, yeah, there's nothing cool about Twilight, but I enjoy Twilight. I like the films. The books I can't reread because I nitpick, but I really enjoy the films. And Emmett Cullen, I would die for him. He is an absolute treasure.
Yes.
No, I think that's a fair choice, Olivia. Good for you. What about you, Tish?
I'm gonna have to say Celine too, because again, she is a strong female character, and she's like one of the first ones that I really latched onto in like the fantasy world. So like she's my favorite. And then I would have to say Tom Cruise's like portrayal of Lestat from The Interview with the Vampire. Like he's just so good in that film. And so I really like him as well. So I would say like those two for sure.
Mm-hmm. Cool, we've got people here to see us. So hello, Pixie. Hope you're well. I don't know if my internet's playing up. And I'm trying to click on things and it's not working. So that bodes well. There we go. It worked. But yeah, cool. Okay, well, we'll give it another 5 minutes and then I'll actually start the quiz because my fear is that if my internet survives 5 minutes, we should be okay. But if it doesn't survive 5 minutes, then I'll just have to email you the quiz and you'll have to do it without me or something. I don't know. I'll have to move to my other computer. But there'll be 5 rounds. They're all really easy-ish. The first round is the hardest. I don't know what I was thinking with the first round. I think I was like, yeah, let's make this like a proper quiz. And then I was like, Hannah. And then I got really into like the history of it and being like, oh, I didn't know they did that. And that's really fascinating. So the first round is just like a nerds round that if you're like, oh, I'm mildly interested in vampires, here's something that I could bring up in casual conversation in future. That's the round. That's going to be that round. And then we've got your favorite antagonists. And then we've got fill the gap and weapons and then getting movie posters and stuff like that. So hello. It should be fun. It should be good times. But yeah, I think my internet's okay. I think we're doing okay. I'm going to try sharing my slideshow. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
this was a Zoom call, this would be the moment where the person's going, right, what button do I have to press now?
Oh, I know which one. For some reason, it's not showing up as an application to share, which is worrying.
Ooh.
Let's just go with the entire screen, and then hopefully you should be able to see.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
I can see that.
Excellent. Right, I can no longer see you, so I hope you're not doing anything embarrassing, and I'm not doing anything embarrassing. But yeah, okay. So let's start with the first round then. Have you guys got paper, pens? You got everything you need?
Yes.
I think so. I hope so.
Cool. And just to be clear, like you're counting your own marks. So if you end up cheating, there's nothing I can do about it. If you end up Googling on your phones, there's nothing I can do about it because I can't see it. So I'm trusting you to be moral vampires. Well, I don't know if those exist. Say that again?
Vampires with souls.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Okay. So, as I said, the first one is history and geography, and these are multiple choice. So I felt like these would be questions that I would be really interested to know the answers to, but just going in blind was really mean, and I just couldn't bring myself to be that cruel. And I thought I'd lose all of my friends if I was like, yeah, by the way, you've just got to work this out for yourselves, like throwing it at the deep end. So the first question, and this will kind of explain what I mean. For Dracula in 1987, Polidori created the first British vampire novel in 1819. But who did he base his vampire on? Was it A, Coleridge, B, Byron, or C, Shelley? And feel free to talk through your thoughts, because I can't see anything.
I should know this because I studied this story a couple months ago, and we were talking about this, but studied the vampire, the story, the vampire.
I should know this too because I just watched Allie from the Hardback Orders book or her video all about vampires, and she talked about this. So I hope I remember correctly.
So you have no excuse.
I know.
And then there's me playing guessing. Going, no idea.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. All right, when you're ready for the next one, I'll put the next one up.
Already.
Okay,
cool.
Good.
Okay, Dracula is also based on a famous historical figure. Who is he based on? Is it A, Genghis Khan, B, Alexander III of Macedon, or C, Vlad Tepes? I felt like, again, this was one where, like, if you know it, you know it, but if you don't, it's just mean. I've actually been to their house, though, so that's quite cool. When we discuss that later, I'll tell you that little tale. Okay, question 3, if you're ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Before his big success with Game of Thrones, George R. R. Martin wrote a vampire novel. What was the title? Was it A, Fever Dream, B, Lucid Dream, or C, Beastly Dream?
I haven't read this, but I heard about it somewhere on BookBooks, I think, and I was like, oh, that actually sounds pretty interesting to read.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. I'd be intrigued purely because I quite like his easy style of writing, but he wrote this like 15 years before he wrote Game of Thrones. So it'd be interesting to see just from like a stylistic point of view, but also if he can write a vampire novel the way he wrote, I just feel like it's going to be like death and gore and gross, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm here for that too.
Okay, number 4. In the Balkans, it is believed that what will turn vampiric if left outside for longer than 10 days? So if they leave this thing, this fruit or vegetable outside, it will turn into a vampire after 10 days. Is it A, pears, B, watermelon, or C, turnips?
I have no idea.
I'm guessing my guess on Irish folklore.
This is what I mean. Like, this is when I was like, oh, this is really interesting to me. I'm such a little nerd for facts like this. But then I was like, I need to make it multiple choice because then at least I can narrow it down for you guys. Because if I was like, oh yeah, in the Balkans, they think that a fruit or veg turns into a vampire. What do you think it is? And you'd be like, there are so many fruit and veg for us to choose, Hannah. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Oh
definitely.
my gosh.
I just think this is a fun fact. I might give you the point regardless if you get it mildly close. I'll just be like, yeah, fine.
I mean, one of
I think this would make it.
Yeah, go ahead, Tish.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that would be a really interesting way to start a conversation. It's being like, did you know about this?
Did you know? Yeah, especially if they're someone who thinks they're genuinely really cool, oh yeah, I have books, they're leather bound and stuff, and you're like, oh well, did you know?
Yeah. Let me fact check. Hold on. Did you know?
It'd be me texting my best friend this fact afterwards and her going, have you been watching QI again? You're coming up with weird stuff.
It's a very QI question, to be fair. Yeah. Oh, that's an honour. Okay. Question 5. Chinese believe that throwing this item will distract a vampire long enough that you can escape. Is it A, rice, B, seeds, or C, peas?
Hannah, were you hungry when you made these questions?
Maybe. I might have been a bit peckish, yeah. Trying to find vampire facts that weren't just, oh, did you know they suck blood? Everyone knows that, guys. That you're taught that at primary school. I wanted fun, interesting, and new facts. And then it was just have you thought about food? Yes, I think about food a lot. You've seen straight through me, Olivia. I appreciate that.
Now you're making me hungry.
I don't think the next one's about food, but I might be wrong. Oh no, we're okay. So, which language does vampire, as in the word vampire, originally come from, meaning to drink with teeth? Is it A, Greek, B, Romanian, or C, Albanian? Okay, question 7. Which of these is not a collective term for vampires? Is it A, brood, B, marvel, or C, clutch?
You know when you've been guessing for a little while, but the letters consecutively look too neat, so now you feel like you're wrong?
Yeah.
That's me right now.
Story of my A-level exams. I've chosen that letter one too many times. I'll pick another one.
I like the fact that people in the comments are like, oh, I know this one. Oh no, that one's too difficult. 6 is a tricky one, to be fair. And Priscilla's here. Hello, Priscilla. Sorry, I can't respond straight away because I'm literally just scrolling through the comments on my phone so I don't miss out anything. Okay, question number 8. The remains of a 16th century woman were found in Venice, Italy. What did she have in her mouth which led scientists to believe she'd been persecuted as a vampire? Was it A, glass, B, brick, or C, precious gems? And if I've spelt precious wrong, please don't hold that against me, because anything with shus on the end, I really struggle with. I think I'm okay.
I'm dyslexic. Everything looks right to me.
I get away with it then. Excellent.
Yep.
Okay, number 9. Which hair colour was associated with vampirism by both the Greeks and the medieval Brits?
I think I actually know this one for once, instead of guessing.
And then lastly, number 10. Work. There we go. Countess Bathory tortured, ate, and bathed in the blood of her female servants because she believed it would A. maintain her youth and beauty, B. give her power over her enemies, or C. marry her to Satan.
I actually know this one. Yay.
There we go. We can end on a high.
I think I've read fan fiction based on this at one point. Weird.
I would love. There's a couple of books on my Goodreads TBR that are fictional retellings or recountings of her, and she just sounds like the most brutal person. So I'm really intrigued to read them. But it's so hard to try and find a copy because I think one of them is Australian and one of them is German. So trying to find like an English copy of that is going to be tricky. But I really want to read them because they sound brutal.
Yeah. I would love it if they did like a movie or a series about her because I always found her really interesting when she got brought up, just different stuff. I would love to see that.
Definitely.
Yeah, or maybe you'll need to write it. Maybe you need to write it and then it'll happen.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
I'm only throwing it under the bus because obviously you've got your NaNoWriMo coming up and I'm excited for you.
I know it. I'm so nervous about it, but it's okay.
You're going to smash it. It's going to be great.
You're not alone in that fear.
Apparently Pixie's read lesbian novels based on her, and I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Cool. Okay, are you ready for some answers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, here's hoping my slideshow works. Okay, so it was Byron that Polidori based his novel on because he was Lord Byron's physician. So he based it on things that he'd seen Lord Byron deal with, basically. Like bad night's sleep and being grumpy and eating lots.
Sounds like my life.
Yeah, I mean, Lord Byron really did live the high life. He got to hang out with writers and be creative all day. He had loads of money to spend. He had just people throwing themselves to spend time with him and just, yeah, eating and sleeping all day. It was great.
That sounds perfect. I would love that.
Right? Okay, then the next one. It was based on Vlad Tepes, otherwise known as Vlad the Impaler.
Yay.
So he was born in Wallachia, which is in Romania, and he was born in this really adorable little town called Wallachia, which is just near Sibiu in Romania. And my parents basically sent my brother and I on a little trip because we hadn't been on a holiday in years. And it was lovely, but it was a 3-hour drive through like mountains and woodland to get to this tiny little village. And his plaque is this big. And it's just like, yes, Dracula was born here, basically. It was very cool, though. Okay, number 3. The answer was Fever Dream, and that is how it's spelt. It's not misspelt. That it is literally Fever Dream.
I can't believe I got that correct.
Oh, good for you.
That was a shock to me.
Number 4. It's watermelon.
Oh, I knew it. I second guessed myself.
Oh no! What did you put? What did you put?
I put pears. I don't know why, because I was like, oh, watermelon just seems a little. It can't be. So I was like, maybe it's pears.
Right.
But I should have I should have said that.
Yeah.
I did turnips because I know that the Irish used to carve them like jack-o'-lanterns in the original.
That's where I tricked you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for that.
I don't know why I know it's watermelon, but it's in my mind like that it's watermelon.
There was a video.
They're red on the inside.
Yeah, that's the thing. So there was a video on Twitter the other day of a watermelon that had been left in someone's fridge for like 2 months, and it had rotted from the inside. And basically, because of the way the membrane, it bursts, and it looks so gross, but it looks like it's bleeding. And there in the Balkans, they believe that if you leave your pumpkin or your watermelon out, because they carve watermelon as well as pumpkins apparently, if you leave it outside for 10 days, it will turn into a vampire. You will have vampire fruit.
Nice.
Catch me trying this tomorrow, like putting loads of watermelons outside.
Now you gotta leave them for 10 days. I love that. But yeah, so there you go. There's your little tidbit you can take to your next whatever
Yes, I'm
social
excited
gathering.
to share that fun fact.
That's my favourite fact of all of these. Just, yeah, the idea that a watermelon is going to turn into a vampire after 10 days. I love that. There was another one where essentially if, I can't remember if it was in Slovakia or somewhere like that, but if you leave it out on a full moon is another way that you can turn your watermelon into a vampire.
Oh, well, you can do that on Saturday this Halloween because it is a full moon.
There you go. There you go. So the Chinese believe that if you throw rice at a vampire, you will have long enough to escape because they will try and count every grain.
Oh, I knew this. I feel like I've got vampire knowledge somewhere in the back of my brain, but I don't actually like tap into it ever.
You just need to access it, yeah.
That's so similar to like fairy lore, and I just remember this random fun fact because it's supernatural. But like they believe that if you threw sugar or salt on the ground, that fairies would have to bend down and pick up and count every grain, and they couldn't until they were finished.
Oh wow!
I love that. I love the idea that you're like, oh, these supernatural beings, they're so scary and so mean, but if you make a mess, they will tidy up after you.
They will count it all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that calls for a story of a vampire butler or something then, doesn't it? Surely.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Screwing with them constantly.
Okay, next one. So it originally comes from Albanian. It's to drink with teeth is the Albanian version. There is a Turkish version, which means blood or blood drinker or something like that, which is very, very similar. But the word vampire, as it is spelled, is Albanian.
I've got to stop second guessing. 2 now.
What did you go for?
I put Romanian because it sounds accurate, but I was like, no, because I remember hearing something about Albania, and I was like, I should pick that one. But then I was like, well, don't.
Yeah, see, I'd have gone with Romanian because obviously Vlad Tepes was Romanian. So I feel like if he was the original vampire, the word vampire is probably going to be Romanian as well. But no, it's Albanian.
That was my theorizing.
Oh, did you pick Romanian then?
Yeah.
We all did then.
Never mind. 6 was a tricky one, as the comments attest. So, which of these is not a collective? It is Marvel. You can have a brood of vampires or a clutch of vampires, but a Marvel is the collective term for unicorns.
I finally got one right.
I just love the idea of a brood of vampires, just like a group of like really moody emo kids just sat in a corner.
That's why I was like, it cannot be that answer. Like a brood of vampires just fits too well.
Yeah, no, it is. It's the collective term.
Yeah, it's exactly the aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. Number 8 was a brick. They found a brick in her mouth, which is how they worked out that she had been persecuted as a vampire.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if she was killed with the brick. I think it was placed in her mouth to stop her from rising again. Like she wouldn't be able to lift her head if she had a brick in her mouth.
So.
But yeah,
so,
I doubt it because people were horrible, but I hope that that's what happens.
Jeez.
Surely she could have just taken it out with her hand.
No, I don't think that's. I think she was probably bound by that point. I think the brick was just to really make sure she didn't get up.
Yeah, probably.
I can't imagine if a whole bunch of people buried you thinking you were a vampire and they were like, let's put this extra measure of putting a brick in your mouth. I don't think your last few moments were a good time.
Yeah. I guessed glass because I feel like it's mean, but not brick level of mean. But
no. Yeah, brick level of mean is mean. You're so right. So number 9 is ginger, and I think this is where the theory about gingers not having souls comes from.
I was thinking of that too, and also Victorian Twilight.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
I figured since it was so rare, I mean, like probably at the time it was much more rare than it is now. So I was like, black is super obvious, blonde was super around. So I was like, yeah, that's got to be the one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then the last one, maintain her youth and beauty. Because why wouldn't you kill a whole bunch of people if you thought it was going to keep you young and pretty?
Very true.
Mm-hmm. So, Tish, what was your score?
Okay, I got 2, 3. I got 6 right.
Good.
Not bad. Way better than I thought.
Olivia, what'd you get?
I got 7, which is again better than I expected.
Nice. You guys have far more vampire knowledge than you realise, or you've got a really good sense of narrowing it down from 3, and I'm proud of you nonetheless. Becca, what'd you get?
Only 4.
Okay, no, that's still good. That's still pretty good. Don't beat up a 4. I think that's a solid start. We've got people that got 7 and 5. One person got everything except the watermelon and brick. That's fair. They were tricky questions. How did they get a whole brick in there? With ease, apparently. Cool. So the next round, I am going to show you 5 vampire antagonists. All you have to do, it's super easy, is tell me the name of the vampire and what they are from. And there's only 5, so you get 2 points per each one. And we've already talked about some of these vampires, so you're going to do fine.
I'm not really good with this kind of thing, actually. So this will be my
I'm
hardest
scared,
round.
but I'm excited.
No, you'll be fine. I've got faith in all 3 of you. You're going to absolutely smash this. So the first one is the guy.
Okay.
Flashbacks to my teenage years.
That was last week for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit longer for me, but I understand.
I swear I'm not 12, by the way. I swear it. I look that young, but I swear I'm not.
Okay. I believe you. Okay, the next one. Also, I want this dress. I think she looks stunning. Just as a little side note.
It's pretty.
Red one's more my favourite on her, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. She does that thing with her nails where she paints them black and then has the white tips. I think that looks so cool.
That was amazing. I was actually watching those episodes the other day. I was really admiring her nails and everything else.
Yeah. Number 3. Number 4. It's really fun because I get to watch your reaction like half a second later because I've got it on my phone so I can see you guys. So I like pop it up and I can see you go, I got this one. And then number 5.
So do we get a point if we know where it's from, but not who they are, or just?
Yeah. So
Okay.
if you're like, oh, I know it's this film, but I don't know the character's name, that's absolutely fine. You'll still get a point. That's why it's 2 points per, because I know that some people will be like, oh, I think I could probably guess, but I don't necessarily know like the name of the film or the series.
Okay.
I think that's fair. Cool. So who is number 1?
Damon.
It is
Salvatore. Damon Salvatore.
Damon Salvatore
I'm a
from
vampire diary.
That's the one.
I have such a love-hate relationship with Damon.
Go on, tell me more.
I just don't like him and Elena together. Like, I don't know. I don't care what anyone says, but they created the most annoying pattern through the show of just this, we should be together, but we're bad for each other, but we should be together. I was like, no, I'm done. I don't want it anymore. Please, either be together or don't.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the thing is but it was Elena that I found really annoying. Like, I didn't necessarily put that on Damon, which is potentially internalized misogyny. But I just found her reaction to both Stefan and Damon so frustrating because it's like, oh, but I love you both. That's fine. But it's weird, but we get it. And I just, no, it was too much. Just make a choice.
Yes.
Me and my best friend hated Stefan so much, we loved Damon. And we were like, yes! Every time something happened good to him, and then we were like, screw Stefan, bye!
I liked Soulless Stefan. Soulless Stefan was fun. He was a good time.
The good vampires who lose their souls, I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
The good vampires, I'm like, nah, you're boring. Go away. It's here for the bad.
I think what bothered me the most actually probably wasn't like the relationship dynamic, but that show is full of the non-communication trope, which just drives me insane. There were so many moments where they just would have talked, like it was so small and it just spiraled out of control. And I was just like, how are y'all gonna have a good relationship when y'all can't even talk?
Yeah. And yeah, completely agree. What about you, Olivia? Do you have any opinions about Damon Salvatore either way?
I've never seen it.
Oh, I think you'd love it. I think if you enjoy Twilight, I think it's a long series. It gets a bit exhausting by season 4, but the first season is very compelling.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at watching stuff. So yeah.
Well, there are books too. Just saying. Just not joking.
That's true.
What about number 2? Who can tell me who number 2 is?
Drusilla from Buffy.
That's the one.
Oh.
Okay, I've got 1 point at least.
Was that for the name or was that for the show?
Name.
I got one for the show.
Show. Name of the show.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I remember her, but I could not remember her name.
Yeah, she was Spike's one true love right up until she left him for a slime demon.
I haven't gotten to that episode yet, and I'm so looking forward to it.
It's just so good. Like, I mean, as you were saying earlier, Spike gets all the best lines, but there's a bit where, like, the running theme is that Buffy and Angel are doing a Elena and Damon, where, we shouldn't be together, but I love you so much kind of moment. And Spike says this iconic line, which is essentially, I might be love's bitch, but at least I'm man enough to admit it. Yeah. That's
my favourite speech of the entire show. So good.
Okay, number 3.
Not a clue.
Not a clue?
I don't know.
That is Pam de Beaufort from True Blood.
I've never seen it.
She's
I've only gone
Eric
through like
Northman's
the first season.
Okay, yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me too, but I wanted to include her because I just think she's an absolute badass. She's just so cool. But she is Eric Northman's protege. She's so mean. She's such a bitch. Like, but she's fantastic.
The actress looked familiar, but I just could not figure out who it was.
No, that's fair enough. And number 4, I know Tish will know this one.
That's Lestat from Interview with the Vampire.
It is. The moment you mentioned him earlier, I was like, oh, she'll be fine. And then I'll be really, really impressed if you can tell me number 5. But if you can at least tell me the film of number 5, I'll be happy.
Van
Is
Helsing?
it Van Helsing?
It is Van Helsing.
I can't remember her name, but I do remember that.
It's Marischka.
Nice.
She is the only one out of the 3 wives who has her name said out loud, which is why I went for her rather than Illyria or Verona, because I felt like it would be really mean for me to be like, oh, by the way, these 2, when their names aren't in the dialogue, whereas when she dies, because she's the first to die, they both shout Marischka, and therefore, like, I was like, it's not as mean.
I was too busy looking at Hugh Jackman in that film, I'm not going to lie.
He looks
yep.
It's like, yeah, there's Hugh here, but there's something going on.
Okay, Tish, what did you get?
6.
Nice. Olivia?
3.
That's good, that's fine. You rounded up to 10. That's cool. Becca?
8.
Nice. There we go. We've obviously both got our fortes in stuff vampire related.
Lots of TV, so that's why I pulled myself back.
That's cool. Okay, next round. Okay, this is difficult, but it's one of those ones where I feel like once you get it, it'll be really, really obvious. So essentially, I'm going to show you 10 titles of songs and the bands. So you have the opportunity to get points if you recognise the band. So there's 20 points available in this one, but I have taken out all of the vowels. So you have to work out what the songs and bands are with just the consonants.
Putting in the vowels. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one is this.
Okay.
Wait, how many questions? There's 20 questions.
No. There's 10, but you get a point for the band and for the title of the song.
Okay.
So if you can't, if you're like, right, that title is way too long, or I don't recognise that, whatever, that's fine. You can probably work out what the band is. So you will get, there's an option of 20 points there, because I felt like that was fair. If I was like, yeah, 1 point for the whole thing, I felt like that was too mean.
Sounds good.
Okay, number 2. Number 3. I can tell you guys are working really hard because it's gone really quiet. Oh, the comments are not happy that there is a music round.
I have to admit, I'm struggling. I don't think just because it's music, but also just because, like, spelling.
Mm-hmm.
My dyslexic brain's just exploded.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I'm used to stuff like this, but it's still like, wait a minute. There are.
I used to do this with my students all the time, and it got into the point where they were just like, it could be anything. So sometimes I would put like the objective up on the board, but I would take the vowels out, and they just got so used to it that I was just like, yeah, this is a completely normal thing that people can do. And it was only when we just sat down and I started, and I was like, oh, Hannah, what have you done? This is so mean. I'm sorry. Anyway, here's number 4.
Okay, now I've just gone for aiming to figure out what the words are without knowing anything about the song or the artist.
I feel like I'm getting band
I
names,
don't.
not songs, because I listen to about 4 bands and that's it. And everything else.
Oh, well,
I just
maybe we need to turn this into a playlist for you afterwards. If we turn this
Yeah.
into a playlist for you afterwards, then you can experience some other bands.
Yeah, I know the first one at the very least. That's one of my favourite songs, but apart from that, I'm like, no.
That's fair. All right, number 5.
That's a lot of letters.
So long.
Yeah. I feel like with this one, if you work out the band first, it will make working out the song title easier.
Is it the song title or the band first?
So all of them, it's the title first and then the band. So if you look after the comma, that's the band's name. And I feel like if you work out what the band one is for number 5 first, it makes the actual title so much easier to work out.
I think you got me stumped.
I really should listen to the radio more often.
Number 6. Number 7. Hello, Carolyn. Welcome to the room. Number 8. Okay, just for those that have just shown up, essentially, I've taken the vowels out of the song titles and band names. There are 20 points available. So if you want, you've got to work out what the missing, like fill in the blanks and work out what they are. I've found that saying them out loud makes it easier because you will naturally, your mouth will go to make those vowel sounds anyway. But obviously, if you're on live and you're like, oh, I don't want to make silly noises, that's fair. I get it.
I feel like I should be saying more to like talk, but my brain is like working over.
You're fine. You're fine. This is just going to be the quiet bit. We can have a quiet moment. I think this is the quietest my lives have been the whole of Gothtober. Like, we've had reading sprints with more noise than this. But that's fine. Okay, number 9.
I feel like this is the first one since the first round where I was like, okay, I've got this.
That's cool. That's cool. You just need 1 point. 1 point, and then you can be like, okay, we did it.
As long as I do better than the previous round, then I'm satisfied.
Yeah. I'm sure you will. You'll get more than 3. Out of 20, you'll definitely get more than 3.
Okay, that's it.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
And number 10. So I hosted a online quiz for like me and 2 other people, and Carolyn was one of the other people, and she's now making snarky comments about how hard my quizzes are. And I'm sorry, okay? Because when I put them together, I think this is a completely sensible thing to do. And then I realised that actually, no, it's not sensible. I've got a weird brain.
Oh, if I was running quizzes, I'd be doing the most obscure things possible just to torture people. You're doing fine.
That's because, as you've mentioned before, you're very competitive.
Yeah. We did a lot of quizzes at school and I did not take losing. I once actually won an entire quiz because I spent so much time watching QI and they based the entire questions off QI. And I was like, well, I'm going to win this. And I did.
Congratulations.
I was very proud of myself. It was like the crowning achievement of my school life. Winning a quiz that didn't even go towards any schoolwork whatsoever. Just like, yeah, this is where my talents lie.
Do you need any more time, or would you like me to put you out of your misery and tell you what these songs are?
Give me just a second. I think I have one.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm good now. I don't think I can guess anymore.
That's cool. That's cool. So the first one, Bring Me to Life by Evanescence.
Bring Me to Life by Evanescence.
Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. Yeah.
Tune.
Brilliant song.
It was a great tune. Number 2, Years and Fire Foundation.
Eyes on Fire by Blue Foundation.
That's the one.
Nice.
I've never heard that song in my life.
Me neither.
Eyes on Fire Blue Foundation. It's in Twilight.
It's in Twilight.
It's been a while. I've been watching Buffy and nothing else.
I got Blue Foundation, but I was like, I don't know this song title at all.
I got Blood Foundation.
Blood Foundation. Yeah, that's fair. You're missing a D, but sure. With the others, any Y that's come up, I've taken it out. But I thought if I just put -- S in fire, that was too mean. Like I couldn't just be like, no.
It took me a while to realize that you counted Y as a vowel because there was a Y there. So I was like, oh, she's not put Y as a vowel. And then I got further and I was like, wait, but she has done it sometimes. I was like, oh, okay.
I'm
Got
so
some
sorry.
more. But like, I feel
We
like it's
worked
nice
out.
because it would have been harder for number 2.
So yeah, the number 3. Any ideas?
Is it
I didn't get
A-Punk
the
Vampire?
name.
Yeah, A-Punk Vampire Weekend.
A-Punk Vampire. Oh,
A-Punk. I got Vampire Weekend.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's that dun, 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 one, that one that's like really like upbeat.
I guessed it was Punk Vampire, but I was like, what could be before it? So I thought E, just because that would be cool if it was like E-Punk.
I like that. Yeah, no, it's A-Punk because why not? But yes, E-Punk. I like that. What about number 4?
Falling in Reverse.
It is Falling in Reverse. And the
I
song?
guess I'm Not a Vampire.
I'm Not a Vampire. Nice.
The in reverse like baffled me. I hated that
Yeah.
ending. I was like, I'm not a vampire falling on rivers? What?
I like that, Falling on Rivers. Yeah. There's too many vowels in reverse. I was like, I'm confused. Okay, what about number 5? 5 was the one that I was convinced you were going to get.
It's
Who's
Arctic
you?
Monkeys.
It is.
I have a guess, but it sounds so dumb. I don't even know.
Go on. What do you think it is?
Okay, is it perhaps vampires use bat
Yeah.
string? Is that right?
You were so close. I'm going to give you half because it is perhaps vampires, and then it's perhaps
Okay.
vampires is a bit strong, but
It's a bit strong. Oh, I got vampires is strong. That's all I got. I was like, too many letters.
see, that's what I thought. But I was like, well, I was thinking there'd be like space, so I was thinking they were all like words.
no, they like these things. When I typed them up, there were spaces, but for some reason, like on here, it now looks like it's just
Okay.
gone. No.
Okay,
But yeah,
gotcha.
you get half of that one because you got perhaps vampires, so I'll allow it.
Okay.
Number 6.
Lonely Vampire Weathers.
That's the one.
I've never heard it. This was me just filling in blanks.
That works. That's fine. It's I put it in because Sean is really into like garage and dubstep kind of song. So it was the only vampire song I could find that had that kind of like bass beat to it. So I was like, I'll put that one in for her. But yeah, I was like, no, I don't know the song. So I'm glad that you working it out. That's cool. Number 7 was purely for any Buffy fans out there. So I'll be really, really impressed if anyone can work out 7.
Rest in peace, James Masters.
That's the one.
It is my favourite song in the musical episode. I adore it.
It's that and Touch the Fire just gets me every time.
Well, because of that episode, whenever I now say I've got a theory, I end it with it could be bunnies. I cannot.
Bunnies aren't just stupid like everyone supposes. They got those floppy ears and twitchy little noses.
That
Yeah, me too.
episode was top notch. And then Spike started singing and I fainted practically as a 16-year-old. I went, okay, I'm gone now. Bye. I'm too in love with this actor now. I'm too in love with this character. I'm gone.
I need a minute. Number 8.
Moonlight.
Midnight Vampire's Dream, Stevie Nicks.
That's the one.
Total guess.
That was one where I was like, oh, I know this song. Like, I heard it and was like, I know this, but I would not. If you had just played me the song, there is no way I could have told you that was the title.
Wait, can you repeat the title?
Moonlight, A Vampire's Dream by Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
That was a lucky guess on my part.
It's not about guessing. You're using, you're creating a hypothesis of what. You've only got 5 or 6 letters to work it out with, so,
Well, I was like,
and
Steve Nicks, and I was like, I've never heard of that, but I have heard of Stevie, so we'll go with that instead.
What about number 9? Tish, you thought you had this one.
Vampire Girl, The Misfits.
It is.
Hmm.
And then back to you, Becca, for number 10 for another Buffy-inspired song.
Oh god, this is the one I completely died on. I've got no idea, unfortunately.
That is
I
Transylvanian Concubine by Rasputina.
Oh, with an A at the end?
Yeah, an A on the end.
Oh, if it
See, I
wasn't
got
an A, it would have been a complete nail of a guess, but I put an E.
So close. I will let you have half though. If you got that, if you one letter, like that's a pretty good guess.
I got Transylvanian and stuttered to a halt.
Again, you can have half a Transylvanian because I feel like that was a tricky one. There was a lot of letters in that one. Not as many as Arctic Monkeys, but still a lot of letters. So here's what the titles look like with all their letters in.
Oh, they look so beautiful like that.
So nice and organised. Okay, I promise the next round will be easier.
Yay!
I've done well at the hard rounds and not well at the easier round.
I think the problem is when they're easy, you end up second guessing yourself and you're like, no, it can't be that. That's too simple. But yeah. Transylvanian Concubine is the song that's playing when Drusilla is throwing her party, and I love it. But
Is that the one where they create the judge?
yeah.
I was just watching that last week. I had no idea that was the name of the song.
I mean, they literally sing about Transylvanian concubines in the lyrics. Put two and two together, Becca.
Right.
I'm only messing. Okay.
Go
on.
Just saying I'm really shallow.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, the next round, like I said, is much, much easier. On the board, on the screen, are 10 ways you can kill a vampire. 5 of them I have completely made up, and 5 of them are, according to the Vatican, genuine ways that you can kill a vampire. So we have a stake to the heart, a brick in the mouth, let them drink schnapps, stealing their left sock, a flamethrower, blood of a dead man, cross to the skin, a knife to the heart, ash in the mouth, or showing them their portrait. All I need you to do is write down the 5 that you think it is, and then I'll collect up the points because I completely forgot to collect the points for last round, for this round and the last one.
Are the 5 that are fake?
Yeah, so you're writing down the ones that are true.
Okay. All right, now
We write down the ones that are true?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like some of these, you know, if you're going to be able to do them, you're already dead. Like,
yeah. Yeah. There's a weird mix in there, I think. But it's whether I've, bluffed my way into writing a good one that you're like, that's plausible. And then turns out it's not true.
there's some of these that, like, I'm not sure about, but I hope it's true. Just because it'd be great.
Like which one? Which one are you thinking it'd be great if that was true?
Let them drink snaps, please.
I'm doing that thing of going, well, it was on Supernatural, so is this based on something, or did they come up with something random?
That's the thing. Did I make it up, or did Supernatural make it up, or did the Vatican make it up? Who knows?
I know. So much of this, I'm like, I've seen this on so many shows, but like, is this lore accurate? It's tricky too, because in some places, or like some of them, they try to do the same thing with werewolves, like vampires are allergic to silver, and I'm like, so would that apply here as well?
Okay, do you think you have your 5?
Yeah.
Do you want to just quickly repeat the question? Because someone in the chat's asking for the question.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, so essentially, on the board are 10 ways that you can kill vampires, except I've made up 5 of them, and 5 of them are true according to the Vatican. So you are looking for the 5 true ways to kill a vampire, as opposed to the ones that I've just made up with my amazing creative writing skills. So, what do we think?
Is real.
Yeah, stake to the heart is definitely real, isn't it? That's the. I thought I'd have that right at the beginning. Easy point there.
That's the OG.
What about a brick in the mouth?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I put that just because of the story we just talked about.
It's what you do to stop them from coming back, but it is not how you kill a vampire.
Oh,
You tricked us all.
I did.
Okay, what about across to the skin?
Across the skin is a true way to kill a vampire.
flamethrower. I'm
Flamethrower is also considered a true way to kill a vampire.
nice. Why isn't that in films?
Right?
I took it from Twilight having to burn the vampires, and I was like, flamethrower sounds accurate.
Yeah. It's more efficient.
I just want to see it in a movie.
Yeah.
I'll write it down.
So you've got 2 more to find.
Oh,
Blood of a dead man.
It is not Blood of a Dead Man.
Damn it!
Dang it.
Is it showing them their portrait?
It is not showing them their portrait.
What about Ash in the Mouth?
It is not Ash in the Mouth.
Wait, is Let Them Drink Snaps legit?
No.
Oh no.
So the reason I wrote
a
that
knife
down,
to the heart?
it is a knife to the heart and stealing their left sock.
Are you serious?
What?
No. What is the Vatican on?
I felt
How
like
are you
if
gonna
you
get
kill
close
their
enough
left
to do
sock,
that?
you're already dead.
How does that work? What is that?
They're so fast and powerful, but yeah, they're gonna stop all of that and be like, here's my feet. Take my sock.
And only the left one. You're only allowed to take the left one. The right one, oh, it's a completely different tale. I read that on the website and I was like, that can't be true, but it's in so many other places.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
gosh.
But the let them drink schnapps one, when I went to Romania, the tour guide said that if you want to keep a vampire away, you have to drink lots of schnapps and eat lots of garlic. And that's where that came from. But no, it's not. You can't kill them that way. But stealing their left sock kills a vampire, so.
Awesome.
I was
and again.
I was fooled by a knife to the heart because I was like, that's too basic.
Yeah, anything to the heart. So a knife, an iron rod, anything like that to the heart will kill a vampire, apparently.
Well, I got 2 of those correct, so okay.
Nice. Okay, so Olivia got 2. What did you get for the last? Tish even got 2. What did you get for the last round out of 20?
16.5.
Nice. Olivia?
I got 3 for this round. And then 12.5 for the previous.
Nice. And Becca?
I got 3 for this round and 11.5 for the previous one.
Nice. I'm still laughing at the stealing their left sock thing. That is never not going to be funny to me. Okay.
I just need to see someone do it in a movie and it not work, because that would be really funny.
Yeah.
Or they pull off the sock and go, yay, oh wait, it's the right one.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So the last round. The board.
Yeah.
Oh no, my weakness.
There are 5 different posters, but they've been cut. What are visuals? All I want is the 5 titles. What are the names of these 5 vampire films? Nice and easy.
No,
Unless you're Olivia and then you're stumped.
Wait, do they go across? Like, is it 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5?
Oh, it doesn't matter because we'll go through them in the posters anyway. Once we
Okay.
see, once the full thing's on there, it will tell you the titles anyway. I literally just cut the titles out and then picked a random square that didn't have any promotional material on it whatsoever.
Okay.
So difficult.
I'm just looking at them going, I know these. The titles aren't coming to me, but I know them.
Oh, that last one.
It looks so familiar.
Yeah.
Cannot place it.
Is that Saoirse?
Well, the little in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
This is hard. Oh.
What are you thinking?
I think I know 2. And then I think I
Okay.
should know 2 more, and it's just not coming to me.
Okay, so which ones
I
are you not
know-
sure about?
I'm not sure about the last. I know the last one, but also I feel like I don't know the last one.
Mm.
I feel like I should know the first one, but it's not coming.
You should definitely know the first one because we were talking about it before the live started. So now you just have to narrow it down from those 20 vampire films we were talking about beforehand.
I just have such a bad memory of like trying to pull up the conversation. Why am I like this?
To be fair, like the last one I felt like was probably going to be the hardest because I recognised it, and I know obviously it's based on, they're all pretty much based on books as well. So I was like, I think I've read the book, but it's been a while.
Is the last one kind of in the same vein as the Abraham Lincoln one?
No. I nearly included the Abraham Lincoln one though.
Okay.
Okay, well, I think just gotta do it, and then I'll just kick myself forever.
Are you ready for some answers then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, not even close.
The first one, the first one was Underworld. I will accept Underworld or Underworld Blood Wars if you could have been specific, but that's fair enough.
I got
Vampire
that one.
Academy, the Dark, Dark Shadows, Byzantium, and Queen of the Damned.
I got 3.
Yeah, I don't even think I've even heard of Byzantium.
I've never heard of that one either.
So it was a really niche film. It came out a while ago, and it was weird because the trailer made out that it was a weird thriller romance kind of novel, very, very gothic, because essentially the trailer is that this guy is flirting with Saoirse, and then her older sister gets really creepy about it and starts flirting with him as well, but there's no hint to like any kind of vampiricness. It's only when, you know, they inevitably like kill him that it's like, oh right, yeah, that makes sense.
I have to admit, I got the last one because there was an N and a D in it, and I was like, great, working from those letters. Got the time. And then I really like, what's her name? Chloe Grace Moretz, which is the reason why I watched Dark Shadows.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's really good.
I didn't like it.
Strange. Yeah.
It's really good. I really liked it.
It was too weird for me, I think, in the end.
I understand that. I don't know if I liked it or didn't like it. I just acknowledge it, and it was weird.
It exists.
It's like that film Only Lovers Left Alive, where you're like, I watched that. I don't know whether that was enjoyable or not.
There's another one like that. I think it's called like What We Did in the Shadows, or like What We Do.
Yeah.
That was another one where I was
just in the shadows.
Okay.
See, I love that one because it's just your classic, like, they're just silly boys, and like it's such like Aussie humour. I know they're like from New Zealand or whatever. Like it's just that kind of Taika Waititi just being an adorable little vampire that he's like at one bit he's got a teacup in front of a mirror and he's like, ooh, floating teacup, and you're like, these are not threatening vampires. These are not.
And then the werewolf friend, I was like, what? We watched it at church, at a church film night, and I was like, Okay.
It's the bit that's like, we're werewolves, not swearwolves. Love that. All right, final scores then. Tish, what'd you get?
I got 4 in that last round. So
Okay.
altogether, 34.5.
Nice. Olivia?
I got 2, but I've been like chaotically writing over the thing, so I don't know how many points I got total, I'm afraid.
That's fine. You've got 27.5.
Thank you.
Which is bad. That's
Is Hannah breaking out for you guys too?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Hopefully she'll be back soon.
Oh, you back? I think my internet's giving
Yeah,
up. Okay.
back. I heard
Okay, cool.
27.5.
Yeah. And Becca, what'd you get?
4 for that round, and I've got no idea how much I got in total, I'm afraid.
That means you have 30.5, which means Tish is our winner with 34.5.
Yay!
Not even remotely surprised. Steph's
I am.
vampire costume this evening as well has just absolutely smashed the vampire quiz. Well, do you guys feel like you learnt something?
I did.
Do you feel like you've come away with more vampire knowledge than you arrived with?
Yes. Steal left
Definitely.
socks. My mum's coming into the room if you're on camera, you know.
Hello.
Let me just turn the camera casually. Yeah, go on. She's going to join the party.
Oh, that's adorable. So, did anyone in the comments get higher than 34? Because I think Tish is going to be reigning champion. I don't know how bad my internet is. My internet seems to be giving up again. But
I see 29.
Yeah.
Tish is like, nobody get higher than 34.
No, I can't. Oh, I thought someone said that I got 4 in total. I thought, no. No, that's fine. You didn't have to count. I just wanted to see if anyone beat Tish's score, but it's fine. Tish is reigning. That's absolutely fine.
Yay!
That's cool. But yeah, no, I hope you all walk away with fun vampire knowledge.
I did have a lot of fun facts now, and I'm just gonna weird people out with them all the time. They're gonna be like, "Why are you constantly talking about vampires?" And I'm like, well, "Why would I not be talking about vampires?"
Exactly.
Season.
I still need to watch my vampire episode / film because I keep meaning to, but because it's the easiest thing on our prompts list to do. I keep putting it off and being like, no, I'll do it. Oh god, my internet's going again then. Yeah. Have you guys watched your vampire show / film yet?
I did actually just binge watch the whole Twilight series twice, actually. So yeah.
Excellent choice.
Nicely done. I introduced my sister to New Moon. We're slowly going through the films, and she's getting inducted into the family obsession.
I like that. And Becky, you're saying you've watched all of Buffy? You've been watching Buffy?
I've watched 2 seasons of Buffy now. We've just got the final 3 episodes of series 2 to do tonight because I've been forcing my mum to watch them with me as well. And so we're just going through those ones. And then we're all done.
I think I had planned to watch Buffy. I will probably. I'm on season 4, and I'm like, do I just cherry pick a episode that I love, or do I just continue on from where I am, or do I just pick up something else vampire related? I still haven't decided. So we've got other people watching Buffy.
Episode.
Say that again.
Watch the Angry Angel puppet episode of Angel.
Oh my god, I love that. I love that so much.
I literally have a t-shirt that says "You're a bloody puppet" on it because I love that so much.
It's fantastic. I'm sorry, I'm just casually watching. My cat is definitely thinking about jumping up onto this bookcase. Aren't you? You thinking about it? I don't know, you probably haven't seen it yet. I posted my TBR for November yesterday. And of course, he is the start because he just has to climb over everything. The whole way through, I was trying to film. He sat on the most noisy part of my bed. And then he was like, "Oh, you're filming? Oh, you're on a live stream? Where am I? Where is the star of the show? Hey? Why are you looking at me like that? That's weird." Right.
That's weird.
It is weird. He was just like, "You can stop now." Like, no, don't climb onto my laptop. That is not where I want you to be. Right. I suppose
Hannah, you're gone again.
I should let. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying my best. I'm waiting for my internet to catch up. I was trying to say goodbye anyway. I was like, maybe just call it a day.
Well, thank you for having us. It was a lot of fun.
That was
Is it
really
there?
fun.
You got
Yeah.
me?
Definitely.
Okay, cool. Oh, no. The cat's like, "You're back on screen? I want to be right in front of that camera." Yeah, anyway, all I was trying to say is I'll let you go because even though we'd planned to do this for 2 hours, I've run out of quiz.
That's okay.
Anything else you want to like promote or anything before you skedaddle?
No, not really.
Faster? Cool. All right, I'm gonna call it here because I don't know what my internet's doing, but it lasted for the quiz, and that's really all I needed from it. So we'll call it a night. It has been so nice hanging with you guys.
Definitely.
That was so
Halloween
fun.
party on Saturday. Are we excited? Last
Yes.
live of Gothtober. I'm very
excited.
this month has gone too quick. All right. Well, I will let you guys go, and I will see you. Yeah, see you on the Twitter, etc. And I'll catch you later.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.